Hello and welcome to another episode of Becoming Enchanted with the Rustic Spirit. I am your host, Stacy Lee.
I'm Gary Lee.
So it is so nice. Sorry we are late. We are like 11 minutes late, 10 minutes late getting on. Literally, Facebook gave me hell trying to get on. Even like right now, I'm trying to get in my phone and it doesn't want to let me in my phone. Um, and then StreamYard I had to what is that, multi-factor identification, and I had to like all these places, and it's sending things here and put this code in here, and I'm like, it's a little crazy. So, but we are on now, and Paranormal Rockdown is with us. Hi, how are you doing? So glad to see you. And I usually get on and I do like add highlight, but for some reason it doesn't want to allow me to log into my Facebook on my phone. So hopefully we get some more people to join us. If you're here with us, let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're watching from, and tell me in the comments your favorite place to investigate. And it doesn't have to be a name of a place. It could be whether it's an asylum, a prison, the woods, whatever. Tell me in the comments your favorite place that you like to investigate and where you're watching from. So we are Penn State. No, we are. I was waiting for him to say that. The Rustic Spirit. And I'm going to bring my slides up because obviously that didn't happen right away. So we are Becoming Enchanted with the Rustic Spirit. We are live on Thursdays at 8:30. Sometimes we go Tuesdays. So sometimes you're going to see us on different nights on live, but you can always find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify and iHeart in audio form. So those get uploaded within a week of broadcast. So this one should be uploaded by next week. So you can watch us on there. And then we have our candles. We actually have more than what we have here now. Right now, there's only 4 different intention candles on here, but now we have 6 intention candles. And Jenny says, "Where's Gary? Where's Gary? There's only half of Gary here. He won't, like, maybe I'm taking up too much of the space. Maybe I'm being my narcissistic self and want to take the full camera." So we have ourself, our divine healer, protection by the light of the moon. We have our lavender dreams and an abundance candle. So they are all available at therusticspirit.com. And you can purchase them there. We ship them out, or you can do a porch pickup if you're a local. This is done. So historically cryptid West Virginia, Snarly Yow, that is one of our sponsors, and unfortunately it's been a crazy day with work and everything that's been going on, so I didn't get to update my slides. But his next event is August 23rd. It is Rats and Reapers at Thick and Thin Brewery, Rats and Reapers, historically cryptid. Check him out at snarlyyow.com. And our next sponsor, it is the Maine Paranormal and Horror Con on September 6th and 7th. And I am super excited about this one. It has blown up, like really blown up. I did not think it was going to do well. No, not that. It's the very first time they did that. I just said that wrong. I did not think it was going to be as big as it was. Jeff and Ashley have been getting bigger guests than I thought they were going to get, type of thing. That's what I meant by that. They are getting some really cool.
Oh my God, I gotta see Jenny in people. 15 days.
15 days. You will see Jenny in 15 days at Pennhurst. At Pennhurst. Yes. But Jenny's inside and I'm outside. So, but I have Ravens, so I have to be outside. So for the Paracon in Maine, you can go on parahorror.com and get your tickets. You need to get your tickets now, because if you get them online now, they are cheaper. So save your money. Go online now. I don't know when they're going to end the tickets online and only buy them at the door, but you're going to save a ton of money if you get them online now. So you have your single pass at $25. You have your weekend pass at $40. You have a VIP weekend pass at $60. And I believe that gets you early access and some other perks. And then your VIP weekend pass with the dinner party, which is what you need. Like, that is going to be amazing. That dinner party. You get to bump those elbows. You get to bump those elbows with all them famous people. And have some great dinner, all horror themed dinner. And then of course you can always book your Patty Negri does the mediumship gallery, and I'm going to tell you, she sells out. I want to say she might already be sold out for this. So check on the website whether she is or not. But if she's not, get your tickets because that usually sells out really quick, and it's only $35. And our next sponsor is Loretta's newest haunted location, the Doss House. So email them to book the Doss House 278@gmail.com. It's owned and ran by Unique Paranormal. They are, oh, that is not the right slide. So they are looking for vendors. Looking for bookings. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. And they're doing a festival, Creep It Real, on June 21st. So come out and check that. And then Jenny says, Gary Lee doesn't want to see me. I know it did sound like that, didn't it? It did sound like that. Hold on. It's acting funny on me again. So Paranormal Rockdowns, I feel for you guys in 15 days. You know what? I'm not driving her anywhere, so she won't fall asleep. Sure. Sorry, Jenny. So our guest tonight is the elusive Scottish gentleman. I don't know if I said that right. Damian, and he has a unique talent when it comes to investigating. And here's our Ouija board guy. Speaking of this, the unique talent that Damian has that we will have him come on and tell us about when he investigates. He investigates a little differently, and he has his own equipment. So let's find out and bring him on stage right now. Hi, Damian. How are you?
Very well. Yourself. Thank you very much. Who's everybody else?
How you doing?
We're doing good. I'm still trying to bring it down because of all that craziness trying to get logged in. So,
oh, tell me about it.
I know. And it looks like you have a jacket on or wearing long sleeves. And I know you might.
No, it's a body warmer. I've been out all day, so I've been up in the Highlands.
Cold. Yeah, you said you've been up in the Highlands. Do you live in the Highlands or you went and traveled?
No, there? I'm Edinburgh Central.
Okay.
So Highlands is about 2 hours drive.
And you're in Scotland.
Correct.
So what time is it there right now?
10 to 2 a.m.
So it's almost 2 a.m.
Yep.
So we have him at 2 a.m. You don't sleep.
No, definitely don't sleep. I know. Not much. I probably
this is the second time you've been on. So
yeah. Probably slept 6 hours in 3 days.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I know. And that's the thing. I go to bed and I see him on different podcasts, and then I wake up and I see him posting things, or he'll say hello to me or something. I'm like, oh my goodness, you never sleep.
The problem is I don't have enough screens to have everybody all at the same time, because then that would be my ideal setup. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Right. To support everyone and have everybody on. Well, you should do your own. Have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
Me with technology, not a chance.
I know. Yeah, it is a lot.
If it hasn't got a fingerprint identification, that's me. That's gone.
Well, you saw what happened to us tonight. Like literally, I did a impromptu live. You were on that. Yeah. Was that Monday night?
I think Brandon? It was Monday. Yeah.
Monday night with Brandon.
Yeah, Monday.
And you were asleep. You got to watch that because we're sitting here talking about what were we talking about? The I don't want to talk about it because I don't want it to happen to my camera again. I don't want to say the name. We were talking about the an experience he had over in Iraq with a elemental cryptid type creature, and as we were talking about it, my camera literally goes like static in the middle of it. It was so weird.
Well, that's why I upgraded all my system and everything. I've got a new camera that's supposed to be able to detect whether or not spirits can come through the webcams. So that's the reason it took me so long to get hold of it. It's been tweaked. So I wanted to run a test tonight, but it wouldn't work with StreamYard.
Oh, so you don't have it running right now?
No, I've had to run on my secondary system.
Okay. So that's pretty cool. So it'll detect when, is it like a SLS camera, or is
It
it?
is, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that would have been cool. We could be sitting here watching you, and that the spirit came behind
It'd
you.
be the stick man, and then hopefully the stick man behind me.
Man.
So
Yes.
hopefully, fingers crossed.
So, what got you into the paranormal? Why are you drawn toward that world?
The name Damian, for starters, thanks to my granddad. So named after the Omen trilogy. But no, just growing up in a haunted house, just you see it and live it, and then you grow up, and then you forget about it. But then it always comes back. So
comes back.
Always fascinated me.
It does. So do you know why you were named Damian? I know, like, traditionally that's the name of the devil in Christian lore. So
supposedly, yeah.
Do you why? So that makes you wonder if, I mean, maybe you didn't come from a Christian family or a Catholic family. I don't know what Scotland. I know I'm Irish and Scottish, so I don't know what the main religion is over there. But you wonder, like, if you come from a Christian type family, why you would be named Damian.
Yeah, well, it's black-eyed child anyway, so you know what I mean. So it's kind of fitting for me. The only thing I didn't have was 666 on the back of my head.
You didn't have the mark.
I didn't have the mark, no.
So
dogs
to
eat
say,
me alive.
So needless to say, you're the black sheep of the family.
I am, yeah. Definitely the black sheep.
I'd like black sheep. I typically like black sheep. So
oldest male, but I'm supposedly the first to die.
That's what they said?
Yeah. Especially with all the investigating I do and stuff, to think that
I know you go into some places and do some stuff.
But I've yet to hear of a ghost killing somebody, you know what I mean? So
no, I don't think they do. I mean, we've heard of possessions where people will kill themselves. Yeah. But again, can you prove that? Can you prove that a demon? How much is that a speculation of a demon coming into someone and taking over their body and making them kill themselves, or how much of it is just mental health? You know,
I mean,
that's where that fine line.
My techniques have definitely pushed the boundaries, though.
Yes. So let's talk about that technique. That's a good lead in. So you have something very interesting that most people do not have. I mean, Jeff has a bunch of them, but not on him. Yes. So what is it? Can you tell us about what's on you and what and how you use it?
I have a Ouija board printed on my arms. So there's various ways I could use it. I mean, the best way to do it is to show the arms first, probably. Yes.
There you go. Wow.
And then generally,
it's so cool. Every time I see it, I've seen it before, but I want to see it in person, and I want to put my hands over it. I want to just feel.
It definitely radiates, I tell you, because what I usually started off with was a pendulum hanging over the top, and then that would swing over the letters and all that. But then I noticed. So
you have the pendulum hanging, and then put your arms underneath.
Yeah. But I noticed.
He actually says, "You're on every podcast I watch." I think in the comments. Are you talking about in the comments? Because he's everywhere.
I try to be. It's
you just missed it. Actually, he said he wished he had like tons of screens where you could have everybody running at once. So you put I guess the pendulum on a stand and you put your arms underneath.
Yeah, it's really difficult to do it when you're solo though.
When you're what?
When you're solo, because I do everything on my own, so nothing can be nothing can be mistaken for anything. So
exactly, but have you ever done it with someone else where they're holding it over top of?
Not yet. No, I've not found anybody brave enough to try it. So
I will. Count me in. Whatever.
There has been a few that said they would, but the chicken out when it comes to it.
Do you think I would chicken out?
No.
But I did notice though that after a while I didn't need the pendulum. You can actually feel the static usually on the arms or the letters. but it's like somebody's fast typing sometimes, so you can't really catch it, but you can feel the sensations. So you can generally
see
gauge
that.
You can gauge some letters straight off the bat.
Like you could feel like a tingling or something like in your arm when it happens, and then you're out there. It makes me want to go get a Ouija board on my arm.
It's like a static charge.
So, how much do you know about the Ouija board and where it came from and the history behind it and stuff like that?
I know a fair bit of it. I mean, right from when it originated and what was intended to be used for and things like that. I mean, I've seen Jeff on here talking about his boards, and his knowledge on them is absolutely phenomenal.
Last time I had you on, I think I had him on with us. I think he was my co-host. Yeah.
And then you got Bill from Haunted Caskets as well. I mean, there's so many famous, amazing people that have got all these boards, and I just look at mine and drool. Because even though I've got my arms, I would still love some of their boards. I mean, my new board is currently...
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm like, hold on, let's look at it really little.
There we go.
What is that?
It's a Ouija board.
I know, but what is it in a box, or is it just,
what's it
just
made
a
out
little?
Of?
Yeah, it's a little briefcase.
There we go. Oh, I thought I saw a hinge. That's why I was like, that's where that's so cool. So what attracted you to Ouija boards? Is there something that like drew you there?
Everyone said that it was an information point. It's an information board, and that's what it's technically used for, is information. So I originally started when I was about 13, I think, with the Ouija boards. I think I drew my first one when I was 6, though. But the teacher ripped it up. But I didn't know at the time it was a Ouija board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were learning our ABCs, and mine looks like a Ouija board. So
it's like it's just my ABCs. I work in schools. Maybe I should teach kids how to say their ABCs with the Ouija board.
I don't think that would go well.
You don't think that would go well?
No,
especially not here.
Well, you see them plastic stencils you get to do the capital letters, and you go around them with the inside of the pen. That is technically a Ouija board.
It is, because it does the.
Mm-hmm.
It has the arch.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh.
So the Ouija boards are in school. They're just not in plain sight.
Well, I wonder how much of it is, and here's my geek in me and my gifted student issues. Sorry, I have a high IQ. I hate to say that, but I don't mean that in an ego way. But so how much is that the Ouija board, the creation of the Ouija board? I need to do some research. Is mathematics, because what you're talking about is almost like we have our language, but mathematics is a language. So is it all mathematics? Does it all come down to and we watch a lot of alien stuff with the patterns of the universe and the patterns. It's all math. It's all.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Tesla that says if you understand 369, you understand the universe.
369.
So that still eludes me.
So I actually had someone after the podcast Monday night, because the 813 came up for us, those numbers, and I had someone reach out to me, and they were talking about the 813, and they're like, "What is 8? It's 8 letters, 1 meaning, 3 words. Do you know what that is?"
No.
It took me a minute. I figured it out.
Pass.
8 letters, 1 meaning, 3 words. He's counting on his hand. It's I love you.
All right, okay. It's not a word I would use often. It's not a word I would use often.
But I come from, as a healer, I come from that universal belief that it all breaks down to love. Like that's what the universe is made of. We tend to stray from that.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to love.
Yeah. Well, I decided if you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. So I'm concentrating on me. So
That is 100% correct. Loving yourself. So
it's one of the reasons I was up in the Highlands today. So it was good therapy.
So you went up there because you needed some self-care, self-love. What were you doing up in the Highlands? I know we talked a little bit before we went live. So
yeah, well, yesterday I wasn't going, and then this morning I decided got an offer to go. So it was like, yeah, why not? I'll just top up on my crystals, get some quartz, from the Highlands and stuff. So we went up and went hunting for the stones,
for the crystals.
for the crystals.
So
yeah.
you can find crystals.
Correct. Yeah.
In the Highlands. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
And what did you find when you were up there?
That it was a lead mine, and I've probably got lead poisoning.
You probably got lead poisoning. That's where I was getting at. Because you're like, I got lead poisoning. So there are certain crystals that are made in lead, though, right?
That's correct.
There's
a lot of quartz.
Quartz, right? But isn't there diamonds or no? Diamonds are made in coal.
You can get diamonds. You can get rubies, sapphires, zinc, copper, lead, gold, silver. So every element you can think of, if you're lucky.
Actually says hematite. Oh, Angel's with us. Hey, love, peace, and bacon grease. I love that. He says that all the time, but I love that saying, and it's true. Bacon is like the best thing ever.
I don't eat bacon.
So, over, I don't know, in Scotland, like, I know there's Irish bacon, there's different, like, do you guys have, like, our stuff here in America, it tends to be highly processed. So different eating. Like, do you guys have bacon like we do over here? Does it look like ours? Like, I guess you don't know. You've never been over here.
I'd say our bacon looks better.
Yeah, that's what I would think. More fresh.
But I died on it twice as a kid, so that's why I don't eat it. I choked on it twice. Just 2 separate occasions.
So Jenny says, sorry, I'm late. I was watching 911 and bawling my eyes out. So I'm assuming that the show 911. I'd love to know what episode you were watching and what it was about. So you is it? Well, she said 911, not 9/11.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the show 911.
Yeah,
it is. That can be really heart wrenching. So besides that, you live in Edinburgh, right? I said that correctly.
It's close enough. Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
There's only one of them.
Edinburgh.
Corolla.
No G, no hard end of the G there.
Correct. Yeah.
And you've always lived. You were born and raised in that area. Is that correct?
No, I was born in Nottingham, the land of Robin Hood.
Oh, like Robin Hood. Is that Scotland?
That's England.
England. That's what I thought. I was like, that's not Scotland. That's England,
both my parents are Scottish, and I moved up here and just never went back.
Never went back. I don't think I would go back if I moved to Scotland either.
No, I followed my heritage back, you see. So, I mean, we've got family here with graves to 1720, so we've definitely got lineage here.
Well, your last name is Smith.
It was McCollum.
McCollum. That's what I was going to ask. Your last name is Smith. My last name is Smith. I don't know if you knew that. My last name is Smith too.
Yeah, we get around, you see. We'll slowly take over the world.
I know. I think they just like gave us a general name. I have no idea. But when we did our heritage, we went back. We are McMurray clan is where we're from. So you're McCollum.
Yeah.
So is that Highlands?
Definitely go far back. I've not done the full family tree yet.
Okay. Yeah, no, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, it does interest me. I wanted to do that and the DNA.
Yeah, I've done the DNA. That's how I found out I was Scottish, and I was like, because I was Irish. Yeah. And then we did the DNA, and I'm like, oh, I'm more Scottish than I am Irish. And I'm like, okay, that's where the red hair comes from, because we're always like, we all have a line of red hair, and I'm like, oh, so that's where the red hair comes from, because that's like technically a Irish or Scottish trait, the
Yeah.
red hair. Yeah.
I mean, I should have
so
been
we're-
red because I go out in the sun and I fry in 3 minutes. So I should have been a redhead.
Well, I have some red in my blonde, but I do have some Native American, so I do not fry. I get tan. As you can see, I'm starting to get tan already. My daughter fries.
I get prickly heat.
She's pale as a ghost. My son, he looks he definitely looks the Native American. Both my children look very Native American. They have the dark hair, the dark eyes, the high cheekbones, and I'm like, here I am over here looking like a little Irish woman.
Yeah. But it's also because of all the night investigations. You can't be awake during the whole entire day and during the nights as well. So you've got to decide which one.
So I have a secret with that. It's called a tanning booth.
That's still only 3 minutes for me.
Can you only go in for 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
Oh, yeah. But I like it. It's very therapeutic for me. I enjoy going into tanning booth.
But it has to be the stand-up.
No, I like to lay down. Because I work out. I go to the gym, and then I do the tanning booth right at the gym. And so it's my wind down. I do my shavasana.
I watched Final Destination and thought, no, not the lie down ones after the Final Destination movie.
I know. I think about that every time I get in there. I have to. Okay, so here we go. And this is how this podcast rolls. We just kind of go wherever it flows. So I usually have my earbuds in, and I go in my playlist, and I look up Spotify, and I say, because I go for 10 minutes. I'm like 10-minute songs.
Yeah.
So that way I know when my 10 minutes is done, and the entire time I'm in there, my hand is on the door, like so I'm ready to like open up. It is, and that's something that killed our childhood. Like watching that movie, there's so many different things from Final Destination that
the logging trucks is stuck.
Yeah, that one sticks every time I'm behind one. The logging truck.
Yeah.
That's Final Destination.
Yeah.
That one you probably remember. Yeah. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Or
probably Aliens.
Horror.
Aliens.
Like Alien, like
original.
The original.
Aliens 2, Aliens 1.
Okay, because there's 1, 2, then there's Aliens. There's so many. There's a line of them.
Yeah. I'm an old schoolie. I was brought up on The Thing original and The Blob and
The Blob.
Day of the Triffids and things like that.
The Blob. That's another one that scarred me. Going into any type of lake.
The stuff, the yogurt that they ate. They found it.
Yes.
That was
right. Creepy. Yes, and I have a Poltergeist. The movie Poltergeist.
Mm.
Do you know I cannot eat a chicken leg to this day? Because when they bit into that chicken leg and you look down and there was maggots in it, I can't. When have you ever seen me eat a chicken leg?
I don't know.
I don't even we go to Buffalo Wild Wings, or we go. Do you guys have Buffalo Wild Wings over there?
No, we might probably, but it means eating out, and it means mingling. Okay. Too many daywalkers.
You're like, nope, too many daywalkers. But it's a place you go to dinner and you get wings, and you can order drums or flats. I don't know if you can do that over there. The flats are like the flat part of the wing. I order those because the drums look too much like a drumstick. So I can't eat them. I can't. It's one of those things.
It's just a movie.
It was just a movie, but when you're young enough and you watch these movies, it kind of affects you.
I think I'd actually conquered Freddy Krueger by the age of 3.
Oh, that movie. That was one of I think that's probably my favorite
slasher
movie.
Yeah, I know you guys talking about. I remember when I was younger, there was a movie and this little thing. It had this little knife. It wasn't Chucky.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It was eat. What the fuck was that?
A movie with this thing that was a little knife. Yeah, that sounds like Chucky.
Dude. No, it wasn't Chucky. It Was it?
It
No.
is it is the clown.
No.
Okay.
It'll come
That
to
one,
me.
that one traumatized me.
It. Oh yeah.
It's-
Our wedding, we did our theme wedding. Russ married us, and we did a theme wedding of
Great
it.
guy.
Yeah, he is a great guy. He was
He
supposed to be
re-
on tonight. Where are you at, Russ?
Yeah. He really knows his horrors, though. He's brilliant.
Excuse me, that.
Get a good one?
Yeah, that was a little too hard.
Yeah, they're bad for you.
So when are you coming? Are you coming over to the States at all?
I will be
thought
coming
about-
over to the States, yeah. It's just with the current climate going up and down at the moment, it's like, which is the best time to plan it?
you know what? I know there's a lot going on with that right now.
Mm.
And I know you and I have been talking a little bit. I mean, if you're okay being now he's coughing from it. It's my
Why can't they do them
geek
vape
bar.
pens? They make me cough.
You and I have been talking a little bit. If you're okay, comfortable. If you don't not comfortable, just say it. Like you know, we're seeing some disasters lately. We're seeing a lot of
An awful
Mother
lot,
Earth,
yeah. A massive
Mother Earth
increase.
talking back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we
She's
are
definitely-
having. Mhm.
She's definitely answering, and she's not happy. Mother Earth.
She is not, and you and I have that same belief with the Mother Earth, and a lot of religions do. So without putting religion into it, we have in our area. We are not in Tornado Alley, but we have had some massive tornadoes recently.
Wow.
Like massive, like just 2 days ago, Monday night, maybe Monday night. We had a tornado come through right outside of the mountains in State College, which is near Penn State, and people were trapped in their cars
Yeah,
because
Oh,
power lines had fallen on them.
not on them. There was one
On
here.
the car. No, they were on the car. The
Well, guy at
lines.
work showed me there was like a power line here and a power line here, and there's people in between.
No, there were
sitting in the
lines.
car, but
I saw videos. There were
they
lines.
couldn't get on.
So that's not that's not normal for you guys then.
Not for us, no. I mean,
No.
every once in a while we get a small little tornado, but we're getting like major, massive tornadoes that they're causing destruction. And like you and I both, we do a lot of dream work, I guess you could say, where we get these images in our dream, and that's something that keeps coming up for me with the tornadoes and the wind. But also we've talked about like I keep dreaming of a tsunami, and I don't know where it's at. Like it keeps coming up for me.
Yeah.
What's the weather like where you're at right now?
At the moment, it's about 27 degrees Celsius, so hot. Hotter than Spain and Ibiza.
What's that Fahrenheit?
I'm trying to figure out what that is Fahrenheit.
Probably about 72.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Summer.
Yeah, that's about us. Yeah, it's about we're about the same. I think we're on the same plane
Yeah.
across.
We're supposed to get snow again in about 10 days.
Snow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He hates snow. I love snow.
Yeah. So we're going to
I
drop
was
about 10.
younger. Now
We're going
I'm
to drop
older.
10
I'm like,
degrees in about 2 days.
Really?
Yeah.
So
it changes.
is that
It's
normal?
every
Fluctuate
season in
during the
one
year?
day. Every season in one day. I
That
mean,
sounds
normally
like
it's,
us.
no, I mean normally it's March winds and April showers, but we're not getting that at the moment.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot of that fluctuation here too, and we've always kind of fluctuated, but not this much.
Yeah, 'cause we
It's
went to,
hotter than it normally is right now.
Yeah, even for here, it is hot.
I've put my air conditioning in earlier than it's in 1st of March, and the air conditioning's in.
No, we're in May.
I mean May. I meant May. And it's not normally until the end of May.
Yeah,
Well,
everything seems to move the month forward. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, you made a post earlier about the 13 months instead of the 12.
Yeah.
And I've always had a theory, and I really would like to get in and actually research and do some math with it and all of that stuff. Like the Gregorian calendar is 12 months, but we really run off the 13 months and the 13 moons and all of that. So I wonder if the calendar is just off and we're really not in May right now.
So every 12 years, you'd
Like,
be,
are we off? And that's why we feel like seasons are changing. Is it
We're
just
off. Well, we're
a
definitely off
calendar
about.
dysfunction?
I think we're off by about 300 years.
Okay,
So, but that's conspiracy theory though. So their own
explain.
calendar.
Oh, we're conspiracy theorists. So explain
Yeah.
that. What do you mean by
Well,
off by 300
If
years?
you look at natural history, if you look at artifacts found, they'll find them from 600 BC to 900 BC. But there's no progress between. There's nothing in between. But if you go through the stages, they go like 600, 700, 800, 900. They should be built on layers. There's no layers, so it's all one timeline. So they moved the calendar, I think, the Romans, to try and coincide and miss 666. So they went from 600 to 900, and then that's how the calendar started. So we're actually 300 years out.
And there's that 3 again. 3, 6, and then our 9.
Yeah.
There's so much correlation with that. Like you can dig so much deep into that.
But I mean, tying us in with the moon makes so much sense. You know what I mean?
It does.
The only downside, the only downside is I wouldn't be a Scorpio.
Yeah, there would be a third sign. You wouldn't be a Scorpio at that point. I would still be a Virgo.
Okay, I think I'm. I
Because
think
of where I'm
I'd
at.
be a Sagittarius. Is it Sagittarius?
Would you be a Sagittarius?
I
And
think so.
what is there is some astrology out there that follows that. That's called I forget what the name of it is, but they follow that 13 signs, and
Yeah.
they have 13 signs. And there's an extra sign. Do you know what that's called?
No, not off the top of my head.
No.
No. I know it
I don't-
exists, so I would have to Google it.
Yeah. I think you'd still be a Taurus because we're right in mid. I'm the 17th, he's the 15th.
What?
Yeah, I'm the 17th.
14th.
I'm the
You're the
17th. 17th November.
November. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I wouldn't be, but I thought I looked it up. I thought, why are you licking my feet?
You get the toe. She's getting the toe cheese off between your toes.
This is what's licking my feet.
That's no puppy
Oh,
anymore.
he hasn't seen the puppy.
No, he's seen the puppy.
Oh.
She's not a puppy, but she's got to be part of the podcast because she's attention whore.
I would get my tarantula, but there's no chance I'm handling her. So.
Oh, why is she a mean tarantula? I thought they were nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very dangerous.
Most of them can be nice.
Yeah.
Did you train it to be mean?
No, she's just natural. Just don't mess with me.
Types, right?
Okay.
And she doesn't run. She doesn't run. She teleports.
She teleports.
That's the issue.
Oh. So
she's that quick. She's quicker than anything I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. I know. I've handled a couple, and I'm always so scared, but not because of that. I'm scared of dropping them because they're very.
Down.
I know. I'm trying to let her down. Because they're very delicate. They can actually die if you drop them.
Yeah, it breaks their backs. They can jump 4 feet off the ground up, but 4 feet down would kill them.
Yeah.
I guess their body weight, their legs would come down.
They can go up, but if they fall down, they can die.
Yeah.
So.
But if she bites me, then I'll be in the hospital for 7 weeks.
Is that how? Are you allergic, or is it?
No,
is that
that's
for
just a
everybody?
venom. She's not. She won't kill me, but she'll give me a healthy kick.
So everybody would. I've never been bit by a. I've been bit by spiders, but not a tarantula.
Yeah, but
isn't
there different tarantulas?
I didn't know
one's here. Like
I didn't know how bad she was when I bought her. She just looked blue and pretty.
that's not the ones like
So-
here. People buy them and they have that reddish tint. part
Yeah.
on 'em.
Psychologist. I'm going to make a reference to that. I'm assuming that's you've had women or men. I'm not sure what your choice is, but that look pretty, but they bite.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
a common theme?
When she sheds her skin, I'm going to encase her skin in a epoxy resin and make a planchette out of her. So.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, did you hear that? If you're on, you're going to make a planchette over Oh, that's really cool.
So it'll be
Jeff would like to
a
get his
tarantula
hands on that.
planchette. Be nice to
Jeff
try
might
it.
want to get his hands on it. He's been collecting planchettes, and he's got a blood Ouija board. Have you heard about that one yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so he has one that a guy used his own blood to make the to draw the Ouija board on it.
Or smeared on the board.
Yeah, right.
That's a lot of blood.
I know.
What is it? A finger a letter? That's all.
Yeah.
No, the blood's just smeared on the board, right?
No, it's each letter. Like,
I thought it was just smeared across.
remember
the board,
we saw it.
Yeah,
we saw the blood board.
I thought it was just smeared across
No,
the board.
he used it to make the letters in the board. It's smeared. The letters are not perfect. Like you can tell it's blood.
I wonder what a board on my arms would do. A board on a board.
So, do you have plans to like? I think I asked you this last time. When not to be morbid, but when you die, there's a lot of people now collecting people's ink and art. Do you have plans for your arms? When...
So far, Haunted Casket's got their hands on me, so to speak.
Okay.
So I've got to, if I come across, I've got to watch them. So they'll be the ones after chopping my arms off.
Oh my goodness. So tell us about some experiences investigating with your arms. Like, what was the most profound experience investigating with using that?
Profound. I'd probably say Greyfriars Kirkyard so far.
I don't think any of us know where that's at because that's obviously
it's in the centre of Edinburgh. So I mean, it's quite a busy cemetery, tourist attraction. Famous wee doggy that lived in Edinburgh that looked after the churchyard and stuff.
Now I know what you're talking about. Okay.
It's got a ghost in there, or poltergeist called the Mackenzie Ghost. It touches people, hurts people. A priest went in there to do an exorcism and died doing the exorcism. So there's serious history with the place. That's probably the strongest place I felt my arms tingle so far.
Yeah. So, oh wow, I want to go to Scotland.
But whatever's there doesn't like me because it's the first time I've ever been called a tanker with a W on the Spirit app.
So why do you think it doesn't like you?
Because of what he called me. So it's starting to get to know me.
Oh, okay. And knows you're onto it, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Because most people they're tourists, they're going there, they're having fun.
If you think about it, I mean, if you think about it,
well,
if you think about it, tourists are going there every single day doing the exact same thing, so it's just, he's probably just going, I've had enough, leave me alone.
Or if they might like to scare the tourists. Like we live near Gettysburg.
Yeah.
So, you get a lot of that there. You get a lot of spirits that are like, I think that kind of keeps some of the spirits alive. Like you get these people that are like, oh, we're going to go on a ghost hunt. And then they're like, and they run and they get scared. And, but then you get the real people in there like, okay, I'm not scared of you.
Yeah. Well, I get some funny looks when they see my arms. Yeah. They kind of walk the opposite direction.
I'm looking up what's the graveyard called again?
Greyfriars Kirkyard.
Greyfriars. I found it. Yes. Oh my goodness. I should probably have done that on here so I could share some of that is gorgeous.
It's a beautiful churchyard. Beautiful churchyard.
It is. It is. So do you have a favorite spot in there?
Not really. It's just a case of just walking around, and I mean, my names came through on the devices a few times, but it's not all the time, so you got to take some of the information with a pinch of salt. But trying to get EVPs is difficult with the noise of all the tourists as well.
Yeah, I guess if you have a lot of tourists, can you get in there at night, or is it one of those places that?
Yeah, it's open at night. It's just not recommended because of certain people, drunks and that, waiting for people that go in there ghost hunting and jump out on them and things. So It's like everything. It's not the dead you got to be scared of, it's the living. So
Okay, so you guys do have some of that there too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go with a few people and you're safe with numbers, I mean, it's an amazing experience at night. It's a whole different ballgame.
Now, are you part of a team, or do you? You said, I know you said solo earlier. Do you ever have someone come out with you?
No, not yet. No. I mean, I would love to meet with Haunted Scotland. I've been looking at some of their events at the moment. So,
I know there was a. You're still with Get Haunted, right?
correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I know there was some talk about having a more of a team over there,
Yeah.
and doing some stuff.
Yeah.
So is that something that you guys are still working on, or?
It's just slow progress. I mean, the market and everything at the moment is hard to plan anything. So
It is. I think anywhere.
until we know
you're
what we're
at.
doing as a society and as a world, I think we just need to sort of just take a step back.
I do agree with that. There is a lot.
And the gentleman that was on your show the other night, was it Nick or Nikki, who apologized for on your show? I mean,
Brandon apologized.
Respect to the dude. I mean, we need more people doing that sort of thing, and there's enough hate out there,
There is, and there's so much going on with it. It's sorry, I'm trying to look for some pictures as we're talking to try to, because Greyfriars Kirkyard. Sorry, I can't speak. It's a church graveyard.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And I want to I just want to make sure I have the right spot. And
I mean, the churchyard is linked to Jekyll and Hyde, Burke and Hare, the body snatchers. You know what I mean? So
is it? It is related to Jekyll and Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta look that up. Okay, so here's one image I have. Let me see if I can get it to come up bigger. That's my problem. I'm having a hard time getting it to come up bigger. Let's present, share screen.
I mean, not far from the kirkyard, you got the Banshee Labyrinth, which is the most haunted pub in Edinburgh. So
I've heard of that too. Yeah. Have you been there? Have you had experiences there?
Oh, definitely.
So is this the right place? Do I have the right place?
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very well tended kirkyard. It's the crypts that have got the poltergeist activity.
Okay.
But the fact is, I mean, if you look into the history, and you'll actually see the article where the priest does pass away. He goes there to do an exorcism.
Do you remember when that was?
92, I think.
Okay, so early 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
it was early 90s or late 90s.
Okay, so that's something I definitely want to look into. Jerry's here. He says, I'm the troublemaker. Jerry is amazing. I've been with him at the Huber House many times. He is an amazing medium. He doesn't like to admit it, but picks up on a lot of different things. I would love to. Jerry, have you ever been to Scotland? And over there, I think that would be cool. Jenny says that's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Like, it's so different over there than I actually was driving on the road today. And we had to, I don't know if you guys do a lot of construction over there where they have one lane road and you have to go over on the other road. Yeah. And so I have to go on the other side, which is the side that you guys drive on. You guys drive on the opposite side of us, right? Okay.
Yeah. You guys on the wrong. You guys drive on the wrong side. We're on the right side of the road.
You know what? I'm not going to judge it. I don't do that. Scotland's on my bucket list. Yeah.
I'm just glad they've got self-driving cars now, because that's the only way I'm going to get around when I come across.
And that's what I was thinking. I can't imagine, because I'm like, oh, I'm on the opposite side driving, and I'm like, but wait, I'm in the wrong seat. I'd be over here, and I'm like, how would that even work? I literally spent 10 minutes in the car thinking about driving on the wrong side of the road and what it would be like. And that's how my brain works, is going into these wormholes of information and trying to figure it out. So I guess if you came over here, Do you have a
Yeah.
date when you're coming over? I know last time we talked, you were still trying to get some things figured out with your own personal identification and stuff like that. Has
Fingers
that been
crossed
figured out
this year.
this year? At Jeff's event at the Maine Paranormal and Horror Con?
We don't know.
Maybe.
Don't know.
Maybe.
I'd love to say yeah. Honestly, I really would love to say yeah. I don't know.
I know. Well, if you want to come over and you get that part figured out, I will personally run a here on my podcast. I will run a fundraiser, so to speak, or whatever you want to call it, to sponsor you and get you to come over here. So if you do get that figured out where you can travel, don't worry about the money. We'll get it figured out. We will, because we all want to see the arms.
Yeah, I'd love to actually use them. Really would.
But where is the first place? I know I asked you this before too, but where is the first place you'd go to if you're here in America?
I reckon probably a battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
I still think I'd be classed as a redcoat. So I reckon I'd probably get a lot of activity just for being British. So,
and you know what?
Probably
See, I love that you said that, because when people talk battlefield around here, everybody talks Civil War.
Yeah.
They forget the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
And that is my heart and soul, is Revolutionary War.
Well, so it's how many of the soldiers you're talking to are from which war? So, yeah, they might be soldiers and they're just putting two and two together and getting the wrong information. So
that's what I wonder too, because I think we had just as much devastation during, but more secretly. It wasn't so much publicized. There were so many different secret militias. There was what was the name of the Sons of Liberty, and that went out and were doing this private work for either the British Army or the Rebel Army, whatever you want to call it. And they were doing this private work and out there and killing these people, dying just in the middle of the woods.
That would definitely do
epic
some
battles.
But definitely some Bigfoot hunting while I'm there.
Bigfoot. Do you guys? Okay, so let's go on that cryptid note. Do you guys have a Bigfoot over in Scotland, or do you call it something different?
And no. The team from America flew across and says the evidence collected was genuine and authentic. So there is.
Is that the
Bigfoot.
Recent ones that were just there?
Yes. So
that's a friend of mine.
Yeah. So with that information, we never thought of looking before. No, we do. So yeah,
my friend Gwen was just over there. I'm assuming that that's what she was over there doing. Gwendolyn, I don't know if you met her. Did you go and do anything with the group that was over there?
No. I just heard about it. I mean, I never thought about looking for Bigfoot in Britain. But as soon as
I don't think anybody does.
But I used to go looking for like ogres and trolls and banshees and Tommyknockers, redcoats, you know. So
I
never thought Bigfoot.
You're getting a lot of that elemental work. Werewolves. You're getting a lot of that elemental world, and it's funny how it changes when we come over here. Like, people don't come over here looking for Tom. Well, maybe some people do.
See a lot of UFOs over there.
And hold on, let me ask about the cryptids first, and the elementals. Looking for banshees and looking for, like, those are the names, very druid type names, because that's where you're from, and that's where, in my studies, a lot of these elementals have come from, that Celtic world over there in Ireland and Scotland and in the islands, so to speak. They've come from that. And I wonder if we have stuff over here that are similar but named differently once we came over and people changed names and stuff like that.
Or did they pose as humans and travel across?
Well, yes.
So.
Yes. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Right there. So, Gary, you had a question, and I do have to use the restroom.
UFOs over
so
there?
I'm going to have him ask you questions about UFOs.
Definitely,
find
definitely,
the rest.
definitely have UFOs.
I mean,
that's
they're
for
all
sure.
over the world, but you know, is you know, is it like a little bit of hot spot where you're at, or
Being near city centre, Edinburgh, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
we've got the lowlands, we've got the highlands, so there's plenty of hills for them to duck and dive in between.
yeah?
So we do get a lot
Have
of
you
strange
seen
activity in the sky.
yeah? Have you seen any like personally yourself to where it wasn't like a light in the sky, maybe low to the ground? Like, have you seen something like
100%,
that
yeah,
yourself?
yeah, 100%, yeah. Got a nice picture of one in the daytime.
Hey, the sound went out. What's going on?
Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me?
She left with her earpiece. I can't hear you, and I don't know if it's because she left with her earpiece or what. But
Okay.
hey, we'll just act like we hear each other and nod. And
Not a problem at all. I can do that.
oh,
I'm
now I
just
can't.
gonna look for a picture.
Hey, you left and the sound went out.
Everything okay?
When you left, the sound died.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, I think your earpiece might be the master one or something.
My sound died?
I can't hear them when you.
I can't hear
Come
him
on.
either.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I can hear him now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear. Yeah.
All right. When you first, oh look. There you
Oh,
go.
what is that?
We were talking about UFOs and asking if he's seen one close to the ground, and then you left, and then he's talking, and I couldn't hear him.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, look
I
at that.
actually took that picture myself.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Did you ever submit that to like some of the UFO researchers?
I did, yeah.
So anyhow, I asked
submitted
you if you ever seen one low, and then she walked away. I didn't hear what you said. Other than the
Yeah,
picture, have you seen like anything like pretty low to the ground? Other than that picture?
only as a kid down in Nottingham, Derbyshire. Very active in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think
Cool.
you
lot of
hear a
crop
lot
circles.
about stuff here, but you hear a lot of crop. I was going to say that. That's where I was actually going to go. You hear a lot of crop circles happening over in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been able to witness and go see any of the crop circles and feel the energy?
I've supposedly seen a crop circle from a distance that was done, but I've not stood in one.
Wouldn't that be cool to go and just feel the energy? I want to go and feel the energy of a crop circle.
It'd be like a supercharge for me. I'd love it.
Yeah, and then maybe we can use the
Yeah,
Ouija
with
board.
your Ouija board. Yeah, you might. Yeah, you might. Yeah.
I feel like it's all related. They can communicate.
Yeah.
Have you ever had?
They've been here a very long
cryptid?
time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Have you ever had cryptid or alien? Do you feel energy when you're out investigating that have come through?
Not so much alien or cryptid, no. It's more spiritual, ghosts, spirits, things. I feel.
So
I
what
seem
was
to be
your?
drawn to artifacts and see things before they happen sometimes.
Yeah, we've talked about. You see a lot of things before they happen.
Yeah.
Almost. Do you consider yourself a prophet?
No. Because it's only since I got my arms that it's amplified. So it's not information it's information I'm receiving, but where or who from, I don't know. I have that many during the night. It's hard to keep track.
I have that often, yeah. Like I would tell Stacy stuff, and she sometimes looks at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like,
He told me COVID was happening.
Yeah, that
in so many words. He knew
the
it
volcanoes.
Was coming. Well, you and I just recently had the conversation.
All kinds of stuff. I'll tell
the
her.
Volcano that happened. We both kind of had a vision of the volcano.
Yeah. I've predicted quite a few earthquakes as well. So
a lot of like wars when they like the stuff that's going on. Like I told Stacy, I'm like, I don't know exactly what I told her, but more or less it's happening and coming. And she's like, whatever she'd say, you're crazy, you're delusional. And then it happens in different words.
No, I don't.
And then it starts to happen. I'm like,
the problem is we're males, we're always going to be wrong and crazy.
No, I'm like, he might be in this space where he's talking about this negative stuff, and I don't want to hear it right then. So I'm like, okay, I believe you, but we're not. I don't want to go there. I'm just, I can't change it. I don't feel like
staying asleep long enough. But staying asleep long enough to remember the dreams, or to dream long enough, is difficult.
Yeah. Seem like when I have it happen, like it's just I'm wide awake and it's just like visions. It just starts coming through.
So Jerry says, "There's no one above me. I'm sitting outside on the veranda, and someone is walking in the crawl space above him." Jerry, you get a lot of activity. They follow you.
Get the EMF out. Get the kit out. Do an investigation.
Yeah, Jerry. Maybe you should have some arms.
I don't recommend it if you like sleeping. The dreams aren't yours.
I was going to ask that. Do you regret it?
No. For me, it was a visual aid. It's not. It just helps me focus, if anything.
Okay. Yes, I get it, because like I pick up on things and I really don't need equipment. But I always like to have my favorite is to have an EMF with me. Because I get a lot of activity off of EMFs. I don't know why. That has always been my go-to piece of equipment is an EMF. Very simple,
Yeah. But the good thing is I can investigate anywhere, anytime. Even in places that they say you can't investigate. Well, I can't leave my arms at the door, you know what I mean?
So Jerry says, buddy, you have no idea about my dreams. Jerry's the same way. Like I said, Jerry, and then here you go, Jerry. Like I tried to talk you up and say how great you are. And then earlier you were like, no, I'm not. But he is. He really does. He is an EMF meter, but he's also a magnet for
I'm an EMP man. I could blow up a candy floss machine, you know what I mean? So
I wonder sometimes. The things we can do with our brain in general. We were just talking with Brandon the other night about the theory when you view something, you can change it. And people talk about telekinesis and being able to move things with their mind, which I don't think your mind's actually doing it. I do believe that we can move things as humans.
Yeah.
But I believe it's energy. Maybe your mind is directing the energy or whatever it is. Have you ever had that experience where you've felt like you've moved something?
Not an object, no. Make things.
I've tried.
No, I wouldn't say. I would love to say yeah on that one, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I've
tried. I've tried, but I've watched so much Star Wars. And I'm like, force.
The closest I'll get is holding my hand up at an automatic door. Use the force. No.
The force be with you. Speaking of which, we got May the Fourth be with you in 3 days.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
Not really. No, I'm the original Star Wars fan when it was
original. I agree with you.
When it was in the correct order.
Yes.
Not 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
And they messed it all up now. So Jerry said, I'm constantly in wide open and can't shut it off and don't know how. That's the problem, Jerry. Right now, there is so many people that are you feeling this, Damian? Like as with your arms, it's like you said you can't sleep, and that's part of the reason why you can't sleep. There is a massive opening of spiritual energy that is happening within, I want to say within the last 3 years.
It's been ramping up. It's been getting excitable. It's getting exciting. Or it feels like it feels like a kid waiting for Christmas. That kind of like excitement building.
Yeah. Yes. And Jenny says a weird energy shift. What is your belief about flipping timelines? Do you feel like we travel through different timelines?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Mandela effect.
Yes.
I had a few of them.
Oh God, we could go through that. I actually something came up on my Facebook the other day about peach rings.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually didn't. I just scrolled through. I didn't read it, but there was something about mandala effect with the peach rings and the candy, the peach rings. I don't know if you guys have them over there. That might be an American thing.
Possibly American thing, yeah.
Yeah. But it was something they changed, and I was like, but then when I go to look it up, they were always that way, and it's like sometimes there's these large mandala effects, but then there's little small ones too that you're just like, wait, I don't remember.
But apparently, all the timelines, even though they didn't happen, they did happen. So
because they're
we
all
just remember them in a
same.
different way.
Yeah,
They're all the
different
same.
dimensions. Yeah, it's like different dimensions, different levels of consciousness. And I've always wondered, because I do believe that. I do believe that there's different levels. But why is there? I'm a why person. I always want to know why. Why do you think that we have that in? Are you all right?
Yeah, I got something in my shoe.
Is she biting your feet?
No, something in my slipper. Something in my old man slipper.
Why do you think we have different levels of consciousness? Like what? Why do you think it was? Do you think it was just this automatic like thing that just happened at the creation of Earth or creation of the universe?
I don't know. I really don't know. I would love to know the answer to that one.
That's a tough one.
But it's where does the consciousness come from? Is it in the sperm or is it in the egg?
Exactly. Or like, is it? I tend to lean more like really into that Star Wars theory, especially as a Reiki practitioner, because it aligns so perfectly with the Star Wars, the Force theory.
Yeah.
Where it's just always been there, and it is this collective energy that has been created. I don't know, but then I do also believe that there's a divine presence in some way.
And what defines the consciousness is it DNA learned memories passed down that form the consciousness. So how much
especially
is residual memories.
Like and once you view things, like things change. So
which is why young children can at 3-year-old just sit and play a piano or play a musical instrument straight off the bat. They remember how to do it from the DNA.
My 7-year-old is a product of that. And I kid you not, he I want to say not 7, he's not 7 now, he's now 19, but when he was 6 or 7, 3rd grade, however because you could now play like string instruments in 3rd grade. So he's like going to play the violin, brings the violin home, goes up to his room, playing the violin, comes down maybe what? You were here for that. A couple hours later, maybe 2 hours later, and says, "Look, listen to this," and plays the Star Wars theme perfectly.
I've been trying to play the guitar for 43 years and still can't play it.
I play the drums. I go with I'm a drum. Because it's a beat. It's
drums
timing,
and bongos.
it's a beat.
Or a triangle.
Yes.
But I play a mean game of chess.
I think we're having a conversation. I've never played chess. So I don't know if I understand it. It's different than checkers. I would love to learn. Have you ever played chess? Have you? Are you good at it?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No. I don't know why. I just don't like chess.
I can't play poker, so
So, of your investigations, what has scared the shit out of you?
The slinky down the stairs.
Okay, explain.
A slinky.
A slinky went down the stairs. Where were you at? Here?
No, it was a place down in the Borders. It was a big derelict mansion. So I was just setting up my equipment, put a football at the top of the stairs, a slinky at the top of the stairs. I've went downstairs to put the cameras on record downstairs while I'm upstairs. And I turn around and the slinky comes off the bottom step.
So you just had to sit on the top of the stairs. You weren't ready for it to push over.
There was
anything.
nothing there. Nothing could have moved that slinky.
Okay.
But that was early on in the days, so that was when I was first starting out.
Yeah, so you probably were
Armed
more
with a
freaked out.
flashlight and basic movable toys. You know what I mean?
So is ghost hunting and or investigating just as big over there in Scotland as it is here in the US?
Oh,
You
it can
hear
be,
a lot
yeah.
about here.
It can be.
Is it
It ramps up near Halloween. Ramps up near Halloween.
Okay. It does over here too.
Mm.
Is it as accepted there?
Yeah.
I know there's some places in maybe in Britain and in that area that it's not so accepted. So
yeah, no, I'd say it's because it's a medieval city with so much history and talks of ghosts, and it's publicly accepted. If you jump into somebody's face and try and do a ghost hunt, then that's probably when you'll get problems.
okay. So do they do like over here? We have ghost tours. You know, every town you go to, there's like history ghost tours. Do you guys have that there too in Edinburgh?
We've got the underground. A lot of underground cities that you can visit, and a ghost bus that goes around the city, and there's a double-decker bus.
It's not like one of them Harry Potter ones that shrink like this, is it?
It doesn't go like that, no. But it does look like the Harry Potter bus. It really does.
Yeah, it's really the first thing I thought of.
It's painted jet black.
Film Harry Potter actually in Scotland?
The film
part of it,
yeah. They filmed a lot of it, yeah. It was really good.
Yeah, so you like squeeze down and you go. You remember the Harry Potter bus where he's on the bus and the little face in the window, and
I want that talking head.
So let's talk about talking heads. Do you believe in them? Do you believe that like, you know, that's a African thing, I believe, or is that South?
I believe everything's possible if you put enough intention and energy into it. It's just whatever tool you want to use to do the job.
You know what? I love how you like. Can our thoughts, when you put the energy into it, can our thoughts create spirits or manifestations of different entities? Do you feel like they can?
I think in certain conditions they can, if you've got an ability that can do it. Yeah.
Well, that goes into that poltergeist theory where I have like I believe that we can in our minds create a haunting.
Yeah.
Or does the
spirit take on the persona of what we think is there?
Yeah, that could be it too.
Yeah.
Like this is does it mold to our belief?
Yeah, because if I say if you call me Roger, then you're going to talk to me, right? I'm Roger. You know what I mean?
Oh, there you go. And then now he's known as Roger. Oh, I know you don't know. You probably know some places here in America. Like, have you ever heard of Bobby Mackey's?
Yeah.
So that's a perfect example of. Everybody's like, oh, there's made up stories about Bobby Mackey's, but it's not made up. It's more like one person felt this and got this in their investigation, this evidence, so that everybody built and built and built on top of it. So then it actually created it. It manifested into what the investigators over the years wanted it to be.
But do you classify a shadow entity the same as a spirit or a ghost or a poltergeist? It's where the boundaries lie for each one.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's very philosophical world of spirits, and I do.
Too many questions, not enough answers. We need more people out there. Come on, guys, get hunting.
And that's it. So more people out there. Get out there, investigate. The more we can, but investigate in more of a very scientific way. I do believe that we need to just not be like, oh, it's a demon.
Yeah. A controlled environment. If you start levitating, you can paint your ceiling, then you might have a demon. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, I mean, not that demons aren't real. I'm Catholic, so
No,
I grew up Catholic, so I grew up with everything being a demon. Anything negative was a demon. But I do feel like we need to really get into it, not just let's go investigate to make this video to get likes on TV or likes on YouTube. Although we need those people too. Because if you don't have the people out there bringing it out to the public and making it more acceptable, then us as researchers who don't do much of that can't get to places. Like I live in a very conservative town. And I literally, we were supposed to be the first capital of the United States. We're York, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's called the first capital. We were actually for a while the capital of the United States before Washington, D.C. They built underground tunnels all around us. There is so much history here. And we have historical societies. We have people that do a little bit here and there, but not a lot.
Yeah.
It's so not accepted here. Like, what if you would go and like want to do? It's just not. It's not open. People aren't open to that.
So
but
do you think
the
that's
more
because of
people you
religion,
have,
or do you think that's just, so? Yeah, you think it's mainly
we're in the Bible Belt, so there is a belief that connecting to spirits, that spirits don't stay. Spirits move on to heaven. So if you're connecting to something here, it's demonic. It's negative energy. So that is, yeah.
Well, you bet your butt I'm not going. I'm coming to scare the kids of tomorrow when I go. Expect me.
So hopefully we, and that's why the people who do more of the public showing of investigations are important too, because it takes away the stigma. It shows
everybody's got a part to play in it. I mean, when you see the YouTube content and things, you get to see the equipment in use, how it's in a live environment. Yeah, it's not live, but you get to see how it works, how it's certain locations. So you can draw a conclusion from that on how if that's a piece of equipment you want. So everybody's got a part to play in it. Everybody's got a piece of the jigsaw to add,
It is, and if we can all just understand that and work together, or maybe not even work together, just coexist.
Yeah.
Then I think we could find peace, but that's utopia, and I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right, so we are at the end of our time. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Any last words? Any last things you want to say? Obviously, you're not a person that plugs and wants like come and see me. So do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have places people can view your content, or do you not make content? This is why I called you the elusive creature of Scotland.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm trying to learn TikTok at the moment and put things on there, but it says you need 1,000 followers to go live. I've got 23, so it's going to be a long time.
Send me your TikTok. I will get you followers.
And
I will have you 1,000 followers in a month. I will do it. Watch.
That's a tall order. As soon as I see some of my content, they'll be logging off.
I don't know about that. You should see some of mine. But
I do have a web page as well, but everything I'm just trying to start and get going. It's just slow progress. I'm not
slow progress
for technology. But you can look me up on Facebook as Whispers of the Ouija. So
yeah, Whispers of the Ouija. So look him up on Facebook, Whispers of the Ouija. Reach out to him, talk to him. I mean, I've talked to him multiple times. He's more than willing to have conversations about this type of content. And I know, like, highly knowledgeable, like very knowledgeable. I think that we need you.
I learn from you guys. It's you guys give me the information. So really, it's you guys are the brainy ones.
Not all the time. But so Whispers of Luigi on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Like I said,
Hopefully we're going to get your TikTok done here soon. So
I only
what is your
downloaded it
TikTok
about 2 months
handle?
ago.
What is your TikTok handle?
Anubis IV.
I think you followed me, right? You did follow me, right?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
It's technology. I'm going to learn it.
I'm gonna try to find you. If I don't find, stop. See, I'm the same way. It's like everything starts coming at me once I hit a button.
I had to put my phone in plastic to protect it.
Mine is too. as I drop it.
Yeah, I'm the same.
We are. I really think you need to do your DNA because I think we're related.
We're very alike.
Very much so. I think we might be related. We're both named Smith, right?
Definitely. We rule.
So thank you for coming on. Thank you for the audience that have been here tonight. If you have any questions, reach out to me, reach out to Damian. And thank you guys. You guys, we couldn't do this without you. If you guys weren't on here and commenting, I know we haven't had many viewers tonight because our whole technology messed up tonight. So I don't even think we're streaming in all the places we're supposed to be streaming right now tonight. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Fill your cup first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And we will see you on the flip side.